Hi, this is Beastie Bak. Check out WhoMag TV.
I like to welcome everybody to the WhoMag movement, the underground sound that'll make you move it. Stacked front to back with new exclusives, reviews, interviews, latest news and music. We invade airwaves and it's no surprise, it's all good in the hood, get recognized. Behind the scenes is what you get when you check on TV, DVD, and WhoMag.net. WhoMag, 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 WhoMag. All around the world, get recognized.
Oh God, I first met the Beastie Boys through Dave Skilkin, who was a student at Cydia School, the same school that I went to, high school, and the same school that Adam Horovitz of the Beasties went to, and God, I think it was 1982 or 83 or something like that. And they all used to come over to the studio and hang out, and eventually they made License to Ill. And I shot the Gatefold cover for that. Yeah, it's the Unisphere from the World
Fair.
It's the World's Fair, the 1963 World's Fair, which I actually went to when it was the World's Fair. And yeah, these guys weren't even born yet at that time, but I was there, tiny. Gosh, I've never seen this in black and white. Imagine that. And, yeah, and then what year was this? 20 years later, we did this picture. And you know, it's still there today. And it's making its revival. So, pretty amazing. We're all making our revival for our survival. They were actually buds with Dave, and so they were just three rowdy guys that used to come and hang out and never have any money to eat. So, used to buy them Subway sandwiches and Blimpies and things like that, that they were always hitting on the girls, and it's who we, actually they were just my peers. We just hung out every night at Milk Bar and at Palladium and just hang out. I didn't think anything of them, they were just there. Yeah, this is a shot of the guys when we were on tour. This is shot at the Sunset Marquee. And that was during the License to Ill tour in the 80s. And that was a moment where they discovered that Rodney Dangerfield was in the room, in one of the bungalows actually. And so a big towel fight ensued. It was really fun. It was just kind of fun times. And it wound up being a picture on their Solid Gold Hits. Adam just called me out of the clear blue. I hadn't talked to him in a bunch of years. And he just wanted to use one of those photos, and that's how that whole thing came about. Yeah, I'm doing a Kickstarter tour. Not a Kickstarter tour, but I'm doing a Kickstarter so that I can take the Beastie Boys show, which I'm calling Beastie Bak in the VAC. I'm taking the artwork from artists from the Venice Art Crawl, which is a quarterly art show in Venice Beach, California, where I live. And I'm taking the artists around with me, and we're going to show in cities all across America and maybe even to London, because there's interest in seeing some of those images in London in a book that's coming out on the Beasties. And so I'm just taking that opportunity to expose the world to the Venice Art Crawl. But also to show the Beastie Boys fans some images that they may have never seen before, because I've never shown them before, because I've never seen them before myself. I'm just blowing them up for the first time myself. They were all in a box for 25 years, and just recently I've started to print them, and I'm still printing stuff, and so that's why I'm doing a Kickstarter, so that I can have funding to scan and to print them and to send them and frame them. It all adds up, but I want to show the fans what's out there. You can find out about it on www.sunnybak.com, and the Kickstarter is right there on the first page, so you can see it there. Yeah, Say, I've known forever. same time, and Say and I are doing some artwork together actually for this tour, but in his book, 25 Years of Def Jam Recordings, is that the name of the book? I'm not even sure.
Yes.
But that book has 3 or 4 of my images from that time period, a picture of Dave Skilkin and Mike D and of the guys. Well, actually, I didn't tour with Run DMC, but I've shot them with the guys as they've been around, because Russell was around a lot and Run DMC was with them. I think we did, I can't remember if it was Joan Rivers. There were so many things going on. So, but Run DMC is on stage with the boys on some of my shots and things like that. But I wasn't really close with them, but they were always there. So they were kind of the big act that was around with Russell, and they were just breaking. So it was just an exciting time for hip hop, you know, that it was just coming out and everything. And LL was just starting. I'd never even met him, but yeah, all those guys were just starting. Public Enemy, and I've never even mentioned Public Enemy, but they were, we toured with them. They were the opening act for the Beastie Boys on that tour. So, yeah, Chuck D, all those people. Bill, I actually met later. I didn't meet Bill Adler till almost after everything. He was around, but I didn't really connect with Bill as much as I have in the last 5 years or something like that, really, since the book. He was always there, but I didn't go to the office. And that's where Bill was all the time, was he was at the office working and doing the PR for Def Jam. But I didn't hang out at the office. The boys always came to my studio. They approached me and said, hey, will you rent us your studio? We want to do a music video. We can't afford a big studio, but you have one. So we just did a pie fight and shot this little video with all my photos in the background and all my stuff. So everything in the video is my stuff. Things they threw on the floor is my stuff. The whipped cream on the carpet, that was my carpet. Everything they were throwing around was my stuff. No, but it was a fun time. And I chose not to get a pie in my face. Even when I slept through them, they were fun memories. Sleeping on the floor at Chunking Studios is one of them. Seeing them at Sundance many years later at the I Fucking Shot That screening at Sundance was another fun time. But yeah, I mean, there's so many fun times. It's just like every day was a fun time. This is a show that that we're doing at Studio 18 in the Pines, and thanks to Rock Paper Photo, myagency.com, they're showing. They've sponsored some prints that are on wood and on metal, and they're available through Rock Paper Photo. I hope everybody can come out, and I really would like to get your sponsorship, your donation to help make this tour happen.